So let's get started. A very good evening to all of you, and thank you for being part of this session today. This is Sarika Desai, Council Member of WICCI and your host for today's session. First of all, a very warm welcome to all of you who made time to join this session as we move towards an interesting session filled with a lot of interesting discussions. So this session at the moment we are doing on the social media platform, and the session is also about how to grow your presence on the social media. Isn't it interesting? To start with, I would like to welcome Dr. Devyani Rosario, our State President of WICCI, Maharashtra Marketing Council. Over to you, Dr. Devyani.
Hala.
Thank you, Sarika. Welcome to today's webinar. I'll just tell you a little about WICCI. WICCI is Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And what we do is try and reach out to women, especially, and help them out to establish themselves in what they're doing, a little bit of entrepreneurship, little bit of self-development, self-empowerment. So you're most welcome to reach out to us in case you need any help. We keep having these free webinars for all of you so that it could benefit people. And you can also invite your friends, neighbors, whoever you think will benefit from these webinars. So I will not take any further time, and back to you, Sarika, to go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Devyani. And we will be putting all our links in the chat box. Please do visit on our social media pages to know more about us. And so the Maharashtra Marketing Council WICCI has been regularly conducting webinars, and all our earlier webinars are also available on our YouTube channel. So please go and watch out if you missed those. Without much delay, let's get to the topic. I'm sure we all are witnessing the rapid growth of technology. And now almost everything has become online, isn't it? And largely also because of that invisible virus. To meet this rapidly growing technology, everything has to be available online. People have started using digital media or digital marketing more and more. And social media plays a pivotal role in promoting the online businesses. So I'm sure we all agree that social media has become an integral part of our life. So let's welcome our today's speaker, Ms. Rashika Das, who is also a very enthusiastic member of our WICCI Council. Ms. Rashika comes with 9 years of experience in marketing and sales and is also a co-founder of The Urban Chief, which is a marketing and sales solution agency. She has worked with 40 plus brands, rather global brands, in B2B and B2C to help them grow their businesses online. Over to you, Ms. Rashika. Thank you.
So much, Sarika, for the introduction and giving me this platform to share my thoughts today with everybody. Let me quickly share my screen. Great. I hope my screen's popped up on everybody else's screen too. So welcome everyone, and also hello to everyone to come to this session today where we learn how to use social media to grow our business. Thank you for joining us this evening. This evening, as Sarika mentioned, has been organized by Maharashtra Marketing Council, WICCI. In this evening, we've seen audience coming from different domains, different industries, different background. So in case if there's any concept that you couldn't get your head around, or if there's any confusion in any of the concept, please feel free to use the chat system and post out your question to us, and we'll address them at the end of the session or during the quiz session. And yes, you've heard it right. We have designed our session in such a way that there are small little quizzes in between, and we encourage all of us to participate there because we've kept. Sarika, just help me out here. Is my screen visible to everybody?
Yes,
right.
yes.
Great. Okay. So while I was at it talking and hoping that everyone was able to hear. I was very sadly disappointed by the technology. Let me walk you all through the table of contents. Sarika, did I walk everyone through the table of content?
No, we just lost you when you started. So,
All right. Okay. Okay, great. So guys, just wanted to welcome you all once again to my session here, where we're going to learn how to use social media to grow our business. Now, to begin with, let me walk you all through the table of content that we will go through, the topics that we will cover in today's session. We're going to try and understand what is marketing, a little bit of what is marketing, what are the different type of content that goes under social media, why is social media important, a little bit about social media strategy and its goals, what are the different metrics that you should take into picture, what are the different social media platforms that could be lucrative for you to be available on, how to create the social media content using the social planner. We are also going to look into how to schedule or post your social media for optimum growth. And we're going to go a little deeper into how to engage on social media along with social media ads. All right, let's try and understand what is marketing. Okay. Many a times, you and I, or we must have heard ourselves or heard other people say that, okay, let's start with marketing. If we have to start with marketing, let's start with whatever that's famous around in marketing. What is it? Is it blogging? Is it social media? Is it SEO? Let's pick it up and let's start doing. A lot of people do that. But that's what I want to tell everybody today, that notion is completely wrong. When we go up with the notion of whatever is famous in the market and we should start with that, we are doomed towards our social media failure. So how do we go about this marketing concept? Okay, let's just forget about marketing. Let's not think about marketing at this point of time. Let's see what can we do this weekend. Weekends coming up. We all love planning our weekends, especially now, right? So let's think about our weekend plans. Let's hypothetically imagine that this weekend you are planning to go up and travel through a mountain terrain or a rocky terrain, and you decided to drive your way through this rocky terrain, hypothetically. And hypothetically, you turn your neck towards your left and you realize that you have a car with which you can travel to your mountain terrain. But to your surprise, you realize that you have a Maruti 800 or an Alto. Now, this car basically, if you look at it and you think about the terrain that you want to travel, it is difficult, correct? For the simplest of reasons, it's got very thin tires for it to even travel through that kind of terrain or even think about traveling through that type of terrain. So then we think about a solution. Let's say, hypothetically again, let's say that we managed to bring the tires of Hummer, okay, and we try to fit it in the Maruti 800. Is that possible? No, because the cavity of the tire itself will not be good enough for the Hummer, right? So let's say we've designed it somehow, we engineered it somehow, and we try to fit the tire into the car. And now do you think the car is going to move ahead and capture the mountain terrains or the rocky terrains? No, it's going to be a failure because of the second reason. The second reason being your car body. Your machine is not powerful enough to take or support that kind of terrain, right? So what do you decide? You decide, yeah, forget it. We have this car, we can't take the mountain terrain. Let's just go somewhere where we can actually go with this car, right? So we change our destination. Now, this much of planning that we've actually taken to do our weekend plans, we have to do the same kind of planning to even think about how your marketing can go ahead. Think of your car as your company. It is made of certain resources. Now, according to those resources, can you decide the road that it can travel? That is the marketplace that it can capture. And according to that, you decide your marketing channels. Only when all these three are aligned and they're together can you have a great marketing plan in front of you. If any one of these do not match the other two, your marketing plans are going to drop or it's going to fail. Okay. Now that we've understood that your company, your marketing channels, and your marketplace need to go hand in hand, let's go ahead and decide what is the target audience that we want to cater to. Now, this target audience is basically your prospects, right? And your marketing channels are going to make your are going to basically help you move through this customer's journey. Now, what is the customer's journey? Customer's journey is traveling or capturing your strangers, turning them into your visitors, getting them to become your lead, convert them into your customers, and then finally convince them to become your promoters. Now, who are your strangers? You've decided a target audience. Now, strangers are people who belong to your target audience, but are unaware of your brand's presence. Now, what we have to do is basically try and capture the attention of these strangers. How do we do that? Simple. Try and identify the kind of content that these strangers like to interact with. Once we do that, now we can easily get attention of our strangers. But how do we understand what are the kind of creatives that our strangers would like to interact with? There are a lot of competitors out there with the same resources that we have, with the same target audience that they want to capture. So try and study them a little. Try and see what are the different type of content that these competitors are putting out that is actually getting a lot of engagement. Then you go ahead and shortlist the type of content that you would like to invest in making or creating for your brand. Because if that target audience is engaging with a certain type of content, you know that this target audience is interested in that kind of content. So now we go ahead and we build these type of contents that we've shortlisted. Now the content can be of any type. It can be visuals, it can be videos, it could be content based, it could be anything, right? Only by doing research can we shortlist what are the type of content, and then we go ahead and create them. Once we create this content, we need to put it out in front of the strangers. We can't just keep it to ourselves, because then the strangers will never engage with it and they will never know about your brand. So how do we put this out in front of people? In the earlier days, in the traditional days, if you have a product which is very consumer based, what we used to do is we try to find out where our target audience is hanging out, and we try to distribute pamphlets or different marketing collaterals, right? Could be malls, we could go to gardens, we could go to cafes where consumers are present, and then we distribute our pamphlet. In today's world, things have become very easy thanks to social media. Today's world, every one of us at least spend, if not majority, at least a little bit of our daily time on social media. That could be either Facebook, Instagram, or say WhatsApp. But we all are wired in a way that we spend at least a little time on social media. Once we get this content in front of people on social media, will they get to be aware of your brand? And then you can take the further steps towards your customer's journey. Now, let's now go a little deeper in understanding what are these social media platforms, how can we leverage it to present our content in front of our target audience, and then convert them into leads and customers, and finally become our promoters. Before we go ahead and check out what are the different platforms, let's get aware of what are the different types of contents that we have. And there are three categories overall, that is visual, audio, and text-based. In visuals, you have all videos and images, social media creatives, infographics, slides, brochures, visiting card, anything that's attractive to the eyes and that could grab the attention of your audience. On audio basis is more on the listening aspect, where you have podcasts, you have blog audios, you have speaking engagements, webinars, interviews. Text-based are more for literature lovers who like reading blogs, email marketing, stories, polls, ebooks, white papers, guides, case studies. After we do a little bit of competitor study, as we just spoke about, we can identify which of these creators can actually appeal to our audiences. Now, once we know that we need to be in front of our social media, obviously, we have to, we've spoken enough to understand that why social media is such an important platform for us. Today, you and I, we all are on social media, right? We are also target audience of somebody. We are present on social media at some point of time. The brands who are trying to target us, they just need to understand what time do we engage on social media and come in front of us with their content. If we like their content, we are aware of that brand, and we are going to take our further steps towards that particular brand, correct? So that is why social media is such an important platform, because each one of us today, every type of target audience today or kind of buyer is present on some or the other social media platform. And this makes it easier for brands to converse with their audience about their business, to bring out content that can create brand loyalty and attract the right kind of audience and partners to your brand. Now, social media is an important platform, but that does not mean that it replaces any other marketing activities. In fact, it supports all your different marketing activities. If today you're thinking of putting out a blog, or if you're thinking of putting out a newsletter, or say you're thinking of coming up with a website page, all these things that we build can be distributed on social media in front of the right target audience. And this basically social media supports all your other marketing activities. Benefits of having your presence on social media is, number one, it helps you expand your marketing effort that we just discussed. Everything that you're doing in other part of marketing, just bring it on social media and promote it in front of your audience. You'll have a greater reach. Then it helps you build a brand awareness, because you're trying to basically target strangers, right, who are not aware of your brand. And the kind of features that all these social media gets in, you can celebrate, or you can spread out your awareness of the brand across globally, not just in your area, but irrespective of boundaries and nations, you can just spread out more awareness about your brand. It is one of the most powerful way to connect, because in today's world, social media is the only platform that gives you a two-way communication option. You can directly speak to your audience on one-on-one aspect without taking any much more permission from anybody or anything of that sort. It helps you attract buyers. We've just established that social media is a platform where there are n number of audience coming in interacting. So when there are so many people coming in interacting with your audience, they all belong to different categories. Some of them are in the awareness stage, some of them are in the consideration stage, and some of them are in the decision stage. All you have to do is find the right content, share it in front of the right people. And if people are in the decision stage, and if you've put out your content in the right way in front of them, then you get a buyer over there, a buyer that you were not even aware of is present. The benefits of social media is high. Let me share a few HubSpot stats that HubSpot had shared with majority of its audience in like the recent past. 84% of millennials say they're more likely to buy from brands they follow. 67% of consumers say they are likely to spend more on brands that they follow. 78% of consumers say that they're likely to visit a physical retail store of the brands that they follow. So from these stats, what we understand that it's very essential to find our audience and make them follow us if we need any kind of success on social media. Hey, quiz time. So here's a small quiz that we've put up here, the first quiz. We encourage all of you all to be in front of your keyboards and answer as fast as you can, because people who answer the most and answer the fastest attract a small reward from our end on their email ID by the end of the session. So our first question, why is social media an important part of marketing? A, is the only platform that helps you reach millions of people in distant countries. B, users have the best customer experience in social media. C, social media is a one-to-one medium you can use to market in a direct way, direct human way. Or D, all of the above. Everyone, please hop onto your screen, hop onto your chats, and tell us what do you think the answer is. Absolutely. I see a lot of people saying D as the answer, which is absolutely right. All of the above. We have seen right now that social media does not have like a barrier to states or cities or countries. It is a place where people can give the best customer service to their audience by interacting with them. And it is the platform where you can have a two-way communication with your audience and market your product directly to them. Okay, now that we've understood that social media is important, let's get on to the planning part of social media. In fact, not just social media, any kind of marketing that we decide, planning is the number one step to all of those marketing, because that is what will keep you aligned with your business goal and make sure that you have a success before you run out of your resources. So when we talk about planning, let's first start with how to build a social media strategy. There are a few steps that we are going to go through in the further slides. I'm going to explain each of these steps in the further slides as to how we're going to go about defining all of these steps. So our first step is to make sure that we set up social media goals. I'm sure that many of us who have started social media without even thinking about the goals. We just started because everyone is present, right? And I'm sure when we start with that kind of notion, we do not see a lot of happy results through our social media. So it's very important that we define our social media goals before we start. Second is to identify the right social media channels and have the right reason to use it. Not because everybody else is present, but because your target audience is present there. Because you don't want to waste your resources and energy on platform where you're not even going to get proper customers. Then is to identify the right creatives and time to publish your content in front of them. You want to make sure that your content your audience is actually engaging with your content. So over the period of time, when you're doing social media, you have to understand when to publish your content. Then we look into social media calendar, which basically aligns the above three steps. Then we talk about social media engagement. One very important step that many of us fail to adhere to. We think that just posting on social media most of the time gets us the kind of can get us the result that we want, which is very wrong. Along with posting, we have to make sure that we are engaging on social media to actually get business leads out of social media. And the final step, which is the most important step, is track your performance. Everything that you do in not just on social media, but even in marketing, or I think in life actually, whenever you execute something, you need to track the performance. You need to know what kind of results are you getting out of that activity. Because otherwise we're just doing. We're just simply putting our resources into getting things done. And we are not even sure whether we are getting results or we need to iterate or optimize our activities to get better results. Now, let's dive deeper into our first step, which is the social media goal. Social media goal has to be aligned with your business goals. Your social media and your business go hand in hand. You have to understand that what is the goal that your business wants, and then try to derive that out from your social media. So let's think about what are the KPIs of social media. Let's first understand what is a KPI. KPI is key performance indicator, as the name suggests. It indicates the success of your organization, employee, or any promotion that you do on social media. Now, there are two types of matrix when we come to social media goals. The two type of matrix that you have to think the first time when you start off thinking about social media. One is a result-oriented matrix, and second is vanity matrix. Now, the result-oriented matrix. Result-oriented matrix, as the name suggests, is number of purchases that you do, number of leads that has been converted through your social media. And vanity matrix is more on number of followers that you've gotten, number of traffic, what is the kind of traffic that your social media could derive, and what is the likes that you've gotten. Let's dive deeper into these kind of matrix. But before we do that, let me give you an example. You might think that how can businesses have different type of matrix? How can they have result-oriented matrix and how can they have vanity matrix? Let's think about an example. Let's think about McDonald's. And so while McDonald's is a big company with multi-billion dollars and creates or makes burger for burger lovers, and is available on different outlets, different regions. At the same time, think about a burger outlet, which is a street outlet somewhere in a local area. And let's name it the burger shop. All right. Now, when it comes to McDonald's, because McDonald's has a lot of resources, a lot of money, it can market itself and deliver and make sure that it can deliver its burgers online. It can actually be present on social media for result-oriented matrix. It can actually sell on social media and see what is the number of purchases that they can get on social media. Whereas the burger street, which does not have that many resources, which has just started off, which because of limited resources cannot sell online and can only be dependent on footfalls to its shop, it will not try to sell online. What will it try to do is basically it will try to think about the vanity matrix. It will try to get its post out in front of as many people as it can in its local area so that people can save the photo and think about it. Oh, today after office, let me go to the burger street and have the burger there. Or let's have a couple date at the burger street today. So when Burger Street promotes itself on social media, it will not think about the result-oriented matrix, right? It will not think about selling online. It will think about the number of shares that the post got. It will think about number of people that have saved that particular post. So that is the kind of difference that different brands can have towards its matrix. Let's go a little deeper. Now that we go a little deeper on the matrix, maybe that's when you get an idea of what exactly am I trying to say. Now, what is vanity matrix? Vanity matrix is a very surface level matrix made up of numbers and statistics that just look great when you put it out on a presentation, but it has no correlation at all with the business success. It works more towards the brand awareness. So the matrix that vanity matrix takes into consideration is number of likes, number of comments, number of people that have saved the post, what was the follower count, and what was the traffic that the social media platform generated. Whereas the other matrix, which is the result-oriented matrix, is more on the basis of business matrix. Now, matrix that align with achieving the business goal and actually contributes towards the profit and loss of your business. Now here, the matrix is more on the lines of the number of sales made online, number of MQLs and SQLs generated online. What was the time taken for your MQLs to turn into SQLs? So all that matrix that can actually tell you about the profit and loss of your business is a result-oriented matrix. So were you guys able to make a little sense of the example that we just discussed with the vanity matrix and result-oriented matrix? Great. I hope that the concepts are clear. In case, guys, if you have any doubt on any of the concept, please feel free to use the chat and post out your questions right there. We'll address them slowly. Okay. So which kind of matrix are you going to choose? First, ask yourself that question. Is your brand going to sell online? And if it is, then go ahead with result-oriented matrix. If your brand is something that on social media only is presented to create an awareness so that people can recollect your name, and maybe later on when they actually want to utilize any of your services can hop on to your website and get can enjoy your services. So ask yourself that question right away. See what is the answer that you get. What is it? Is it vanity matrix or is it result-oriented matrix? Great. I hope everyone's got a clear idea of whether you want to have a result-oriented matrix or whether you want to have a vanity matrix. Now, once we decide on the matrix, let's go a little deeper onto understanding KPIs for your social media campaign. Now, over the period of time, we run a lot of campaigns on social media, depending on the theme that you want to run, depending on the month that you are on, if there is any offer, if there's any product announcement, or any other kind of campaign that you want to run. Now, depending on those campaigns, we've divided social media key performance matrix into 4 categories. One is reach. So if you just want to understand that, just like we saw, right, in vanity matrix, if you just want to understand what is the popularity of your brand or what is the reach of your brand among your target audience, go ahead with the first category, that is reach. The second category is engagement. Let's say that you have a product that's coming up within 3 months and you want to know how people are engaging with your product. Are they even happy with the product, or is there any new feature that you need to add to your product? That time you go with the second category, that is the engagement. Third category is return on investment. Majorly, this is the KPI when your top management or your executives come into picture, when they think on a rational level as to they're investing so much time, energy, and money in establishing a social media team, what is the kind of returns that they are getting through this social media? That's when we look into ROI, that is return on investment. And the fourth, which is retention and loyalty. This is majorly the KPI when a brand thinks about lowering its cost of acquisition, customer acquisition, when it is actually wanting its current customers to go out and share the offer with people or have word of mouth around. Now let's look at the KPIs, the matrix that come under these 4 categories so that it becomes easier for us to have a checklist. In reach, we have KPIs such as followers count, impressions, mentions, shares. In engagement, you want to know how many people liked your product, how many people are commenting good things about your product or commenting the negative things, which you can then turn around and make it into a positive factor. How many people are sharing about your product with one another, because that will show that how many people are actually going to get involved with your product. Kind of ratings and reviews that people have, or what we say is feedback towards a particular product. We also take into consideration the inbound website link. That shows that how many people are actually excited about this new product that's coming in, and that is why they're hopping onto your website to know a little more about it. Let's look at the KPIs in the returns on investment. Here, since it is return on investment, it's going to be more on the basis of profit and loss again. So here the KPIs that we have is direct sales revenue. What was the lead conversion? What is the cost per customer that we're getting on social media? And what is the lifetime value that is presented on social media for the customers? In KPI, in retention and loyalty, we try and check out that what is the kind of customer satisfaction that people have gotten. What was the number of service level agreement that was issued on social media? What was the rate at which issues were resolved on social media regarding the product? And what is the review and ratings that we're getting on social media towards the products? And once you set up your KPI, it's very important that we keep visiting our KPIs every 6 to 12 months. For the changing nature of the environment that is going on, every now and then, your business goal tends to change. And on that same line, your algorithm, your social media algorithm also keeps changing. So it's very important to keep revisiting your KPIs every now and then to make sure that you are up to date with your social media goals. Again, we come with another quiz. We come with another question. So what is vanity matrix? A matrix that shows the sentiment of your brand on social. B, a key performance indicator that shows how popular your company is. C, a surface level matrix that do not correlate with your business success. D, it is B and C. E, it is A and C. Or F, it is all of the above. Go ahead and share your answers with us. Oh, I see that there has been different answers that have come out. The right answer over here is D. It is a combination of B and C. Vanity matrix, if you remember, guys, is the matrix that do not correlate towards the profit and loss of your company. It actually shows you how many people are following you, how many people are liking you, how many people are commenting on your product. So it shows the popularity of your company, and it does not correlate with your business success because it does not add up to the profit and loss. Let's have a look at the other question. Oh, it's a true and false question. Followers count is a vanity matrix. A, true, or B, false? Absolutely. The answer is true. Like we just said, vanity matrix is a matrix that do not relate to your business goals. That is nothing to do with your profit and loss. Hence, it makes follower count as the vanity matrix. It is a matrix that will help you look good in front of your stakeholders and your other competitors, but it does not count to your profit and loss. Next question over here. Which KPI will executives or top level management be more interested in? A, ROI, B, retention and loyalty, C, reach, or D, engagement? What do you think your top management will be more interested in? Which matrix will they be more interested in? Okay. I see the level of answers have reduced. Come on, guys. I want all of you all to engage. Yes, so that it also helps us understand. It also helps me understand whether the concepts are getting clear to you in this session or not. All right. So there's a mixture of answers that I've gotten. But not a lot of people have actually answered the right thing. The top level or executive management people will be more interested in the first metric, that is the ROI, return on investment. These are those people who invest certain amount of money to establish a social media team, uh, or invest in having your presence on social media. So when they investing time and resources, these are the guys who really want to know what is the return on investment that you're getting through these engagements. So these guys will be more interested in the ROI matrix. All right, now that we've understood that it's very important to set up social media goals and what kind of matrix that you will be interested for your business, we then go ahead and choose which is the right marketing channel for you to be present on. Over this period of these years of experience that I've had, I have come across many people who've said that let's be present on all social media platforms because all of them are trending. Let's be present everywhere. If there's new social media account coming up, come on, let's not waste time. We need to be there. There are a lot of people engaging. But what people fail to understand is not all of these social media platforms target your target audience. So why be present on a social media platform where your target audience does not exist? Why do we need to spend our time, resources, and energy in promoting or being present on a platform where your target audience will not be present? But eventually these audience are not going to become your customers. When we understand that is when we are one step closer towards our social media success. I come across a lot of people who said that social media is such a failure. You don't get real customers. How are you going to get real customers if you're going to be present on those platforms where your real target audience is not going to be present? If they're not going to take the decision of buying your product or your solution, why would you want to be present there? Obviously, if you're there at that point of time, social media is going to be a failure for you. So let's try and understand what are these platforms that we can be on. There are countless number of social media platforms in the market today, and there are many upcoming every now and then. But the number of social media platforms that exist today, trust me, they capture all the target audience that is available in the market to purchase any kind of product or solutions. So let's try and crack in through which platform is best for us. Like I said, there are many platforms, but I've managed to capture a few in front of you. There's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's WhatsApp, there's WeChat, there's QQ, there's Telegram, Skype, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat. There's so many of them, right? Let's dive a little deeper into these platforms. I've try to capture a few platforms over here for us so that we can try and understand the main ones and see in which of the platforms can you exist on. We all know what our products are, and now I want you to be with me while I walk through this chart and try and understand whether your audience is present in any of these platforms and whether you should be present in any of these platforms. Let's look at Facebook. Facebook caters to people between the age group of 25 to 34. This age group, obviously, we know that Facebook, there are a lot more people engaging on Facebook with more, which is below than 25 and higher than 34. But this is the age group that actually takes decision on Facebook. So these are boomers. And if your products or solution or service is something that caters to boomers, then you have to be on Facebook. If your product or solution is something to do on the B2B aspects, where it is going to cater only to professionals, then LinkedIn is the platform that you should exist on. The people that take decision on LinkedIn fall into the age group of 35 to 55. So is your product for B2B? If it is, don't miss out on LinkedIn. If your product is only for women, then the best platform to exist is Pinterest. Pinterest is predominantly for women. And if you have any product that is for women and as is visually attractive, then please be on Pinterest. If you are catering to millennials, then please hop onto Instagram and take the privilege of the features that Instagram has created. If you are someone whose product is a fast consumer product, which is related to people taking updates every now and then, who are wealthy and who are educated, who know which product is best to use at what point of time, then go on Twitter. YouTube is for everybody. Anybody and everybody is on YouTube. Anyone who belongs from the age of 18 to 55. YouTube is the channel which has the highest number of content going out. So it is one of those channels that you want to be present on. If your product is for teenagers, then don't think about any other platform and directly straight away hop on to Snapchat. The number of products bought by teens is maximum on Snapchat. The reach that all of these platforms have is quite different from each other. Facebook has around 2.93 billion followers, more than 2.93 billion followers. LinkedIn has more than 740 million followers. Pinterest, on the other hand, we have more than 175 million. Instagram has more than 700 million. Twitter has around 328 million. YouTube, which is the second largest after Facebook, has 2.6 billion, and Snapchat has around 166 million. We've also tried to capture the kind of stats that these audience use these app majorly on, the kind of system that they use more on. So you can optimize your content as per your system and make sure that it is present in front of people. Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, all of these majorly are checked out on desktop, and that is why you will see more of the percentage, more on mobile. I'm so sorry. These platforms are people engage on these platforms more on the mobile front. That's why you will see more than 68% people engaging on mobile than on desktop. So if you want to be present on these platforms, make sure that your content is mobile optimized. Similarly, for Twitter, 86% users are on mobile and 14% is on desktop. The only platform that flips this number around is YouTube. Majority of consumers happen to use YouTube on desktop. That is 78% on desktop, but also there is 22% on mobile. So you probably want to have like a good combination of both desktop and mobile for your content optimization. Snapchat is purely mobile. It's 100% mobile. People don't use desktop Snapchats. They only use mobile. So if you have products that is fast and you want people to understand how to use it quickly, just create a video quickly and put it on Snapchat. Teams love to see new products and see how they can use these new products for their growth. If you're catering to B2C and B2B, please be present on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. If you're purely towards B2B, be present on LinkedIn. If you're walking towards B2C, then look into Pinterest, Instagram, and Snapchat. Right below, we've also put down the different type of content that can be shared on these platforms. Not all form of content can be shared in all the platforms. So we have to make sure that just the right content that can be shared on that platform is being shared on that platform. I've also mentioned the dimensions in which all of these content should be under for the optimum growth. Guys, go ahead and take the screenshot of this slide if you wish to. We've taken all these efforts to bring down all these details just for you so that you can quickly take a screenshot of all this and refer back to it when you're doing your social media content. So don't refrain from taking a screenshot of any of the slides in front of you. Go ahead and please pick it up. All right. Now that we've seen a little bit of summary of each of the platform, let me take you a little deeper into understanding each of these platforms better. Facebook, like we saw, has the largest audience base. It is said that if Facebook had to create a country, it would be the third largest country in the world today. Majorly family and friends is the kind of audience that you get over here. So if you have content that is purely looking towards an emotional connect or having towards family friends kind of content, then this is the platform that is good for you. You can have any kind of content put on Facebook. Facebook is non-discriminating itself towards any kind of content. So just go ahead and share your content out on Facebook. Let it be memes, let it be reels, let it be news, let it be brand posts, let it be testimonials. Whatever kind of content, Facebook will help you support it. The best feature of Facebook is its ads too. One thing that we guys need to understand is over the period of time, except for, I guess, Twitter, all the other platforms that we have on social media do not rank their post organically for the pure reason of competition. There's so many people constantly putting out posts, constantly running ads for them to get leads from those platforms, that these platforms cannot be biased towards organically ranking your post. So if you are going to be on Facebook after a period of time, you have to think about ads as an option to get any good leads or business leads from these platforms. Facebook, since it has the largest audience, its ad manager is the best for targeting. It helps you do hyper target of your audience. It is the best platform if you know your target audience, you know how to use these ads, and you know how to get the proper leads. In the coming slides, in this session, I will also be talking about how to run these ads in the most optimized way so that you can get better business leads from all these platforms. Let's look into a few features that Facebook provides. You can have a personal page on Facebook. That is your own page, and you can promote by yourself. You can also have your business page, which can give you a complete detail about your business. The ads, which help you do hyper target, is one of the greatest features of Facebook. Now, Facebook is also, it is owned by Meta, and Instagram and WhatsApp is also owned by Meta. So you can actually control all three platforms with just Facebook. Facebook's another interesting feature is Facebook Pixel. Facebook Pixel is basically this code that you install on your website, and it records all the kind of information of the visitors on your website. So if you want to retarget, maybe if these visitors haven't become your customers, you can run an ad just for these people again, so that they turn into your customer. Or if you want to do an upsell, if there are people who've already bought from you, but you have come up with a new product that can help you upsell and that can help them grow efficiently, you can use the same data to promote your product in front of them for them to become your customer. The next best feature is Facebook Live. So you really don't have to do any kind of pre-recording of your videos, doing a great setup on the back end to have that video. You can simply hop onto Facebook Live, click live, and simply start talking to your target audience directly with the kind of content that you want. Then the most engaging part of Facebook is its Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, do not miss out on engaging in Facebook groups. It has recorded the highest level of engagement on Facebook. Now let's try, and once we've understood the features, let's try and get ourselves on Facebook. To sign up on Facebook, you just need an email ID. Hop onto facebook.com, confirm your email ID, sign up there with your email ID, confirm your email ID, and find friends. You can find your friends using email ID, or you can even skip that option in the start and then go back, visit it maybe later on after your profile is created. Once you find your friends or you skip that option, go ahead and make your personal page. Fill out the details. Fill out the details of your school, hometown, city, and make it more personalized. Don't forget to add your profile photo. Add the most smiling and the most amazing photograph that you have on your profile photo. Add a cover image to your profile. The dimension for your cover image should be between 851 to 315 pixels. Your cover image will give your visitors a gist of the character that you are, and probably you can link up with that person much more easily. Once you've created your profile on personal profile on Facebook, now you can go ahead create a business profile on Facebook. So once you've created your personal profile, open your Facebook profile. On your Facebook profile, on the top right side, you'll be able to see this 9-button grid. You can click onto it and it will give you all these options on the sides. You can create whatever you wish. If you want to create a post, you can go ahead, create a post. You can create stories, rooms, page ads, group events, whatever as per your need. Right now, we're trying to create a business page. So we hop on to the page section over here. We click on it and then we start creating a business page for ourselves. Name your page as per your business and add the category of your business. Don't forget or don't be lazy with the category. Facebook has designed the categories in a very strategic manner. If you choose the right category, it will choose to show your product in the best possible way as per your category. Enter your business information. Don't forget to add your address and contact info, because after doing all these necessary fill outs, and after your audience really is interested in your product, you really want to give them the contact number and address towards your business, because you want them to convert, right? So don't forget on adding all these information. Add the profile photo, that is your logo. Make sure that it is not getting cut from anywhere and it looks very professional. Here also you can add a cover image. Here your cover image can give an idea or a gist of the kind of solution or the product that your company can or is going to provide. So that whenever somebody is just hopping onto your profile to just glance over it, they can just look at your cover image and determine what exactly are the solution that your company is going to provide, or what are they diving deeper into. And then you're done. Then just go ahead and start with your posting. Okay, now once you've created your page, let's see how we can optimize your page to get leads online. There are 5 aspects that we have to look into when we think about optimizing our page. First is the profile picture. Make sure it is in the dimension of 180 by 180. You have a cover photo which should be clear and eye-catching. You can also keep changing your cover images as per seasons. If you have any new event coming up, or if you have a new company update, or if you have a product update, make sure your cover image is catering to all of that. If you don't want a static image, you can also opt for a video for your cover photo, and make sure that your video is not more than 20 to 90 seconds. And in that 20 to 90 seconds, it's been able to convey to your customer what exactly is your solution. You have customer URL, which goes as per your username. So that adds up as a extra link to your name. Use the description part. Make sure all the business relevant words are present over there and your keywords are present. And also make sure that it resonates with your audience, because that is what is going to convince your audience to go deeper into your page and understand the product. The character limit that you have here is just 250. But you can make the best use of this space and make sure that you get ranked on top. Don't forget to add your website link, because otherwise you're just getting people involved in your product and you're not getting them to your website, which is loss of opportunity. So add your website link. Make sure you add your contact details as we just spoke about. You can also add your other social media accounts. For example, if there are people who use other social media accounts in, say, either LinkedIn or Instagram or any other platform, then it gives them a convenience to follow you on other business account, and also it adds up as a credibility. You have an option to list your products on Facebook with proper description, and if you want, you can also add the pricing over there so that people get direct information about your products. You can also add if you've won any awards over there, because that will add up to your credibility and people will be more likely and happy to check out your products. Add a business story. There's this option for additional information where you can add your business story. It has a character limit of 1,000 words. So you can utilize this space either for your business story or things like FAQ, or just describe how to best use your product that can help them grow. Business story is something that we usually recommend, especially on Facebook, because like we saw, Facebook is a platform where you have audiences more towards your family and friends, and these kind of audience like to engage with brands on an emotional level. So if you have your brand story out there, people are going to connect with you on an emotional level. And if you were able to connect with them on an emotional level, then they're more likely to get converted to your product. Then comes the CTA. So Facebook gives you an option to add relevant CTA. CTAs like book a service, get in touch, learn more, make a purchase or donation. Don't miss out on CTA, guys. Our audience are very gullible. They are going to take step if you ask them to take step, and they will not take step if you don't ask them to take any step. So make sure that you're putting out your CTA there and you're making it very clear for your audience that what kind of step is that you want them to take on your profile page. Then you have a tab where you can promote your product and services. So if you have any offers, if you have a shop or service, go ahead and list it out there. You also have a section for reviews. And if you have some great customers who are happy to give reviews, please make sure that you're using that option, because that will encourage other audiences to come check out your products. And then constantly update your page. There are so many people on Facebook constantly building their business profile. And in all that, your page will just go down in ranking if you don't keep updating it. So if you want to stay up in the competition, regularly update your page. A few other tips that you can keep in mind while optimizing your Facebook page is, first, choose your category. Don't be lazy about it. Make sure that you leverage Facebook group. Like we discussed, Facebook groups have a very high level of engagement. So after doing like a few posting here and there, and once you've understood what kind of content your audience like to engage with, try to leverage Facebook group. Try to engage in Facebook group. And also create a Facebook group for yourself where you can build a community for yourself. Determine the ideal time and frequency for your post, because that's how you can optimize your growth. You need to post out your content in front of people when they are present on Facebook. And this information you can only get after you track your performance. Make sure you leverage the marketing tools, ad tools of Facebook so that you can get higher business leads. Make sure you pin your post on your page. So you have an option. If you have a great post that you've created that you think that gives information to your target audience quickly and can convert them faster, pin it up on your Facebook. When people visit your page, that will be one of the first things that they will see. Get your messengers up and running. Times when you're not on Facebook and you're not up to engage with your customers, but you still have customers coming in, because social media is you can help. It helps you reach globally across nations, and it might get you customers from a time zone that you are not ready for. So your Facebook Messenger will engage with them. Instead of losing out on that customer, your Facebook Messenger will make sure that you're still hanging, that the Facebook Messenger is holding on to that customer till the time you return back to your messenger and engage with that customer. Constantly promote your Facebook page everywhere possible. Track your performance and reply to your queries as soon as you can, because Facebook does keep that as a metric on your business page. And customers like businesses or brands that respond to their queries faster and sooner. The benefits of having a business page on Facebook is that in your personal page, you have a limit of only 5K friends. But on your Facebook business page, you can have millions of followers. If you have a profile, business page on Facebook, it gives you an access to analytics, which can help you grow. Without analytics, it's very difficult to take the further steps to optimize your activities and grow online. There are other options that you get on your Facebook business page. That is, you can choose the right category for your companies. You can add the mission statement that people can get emotionally attached to. You can add your product catalog. So your entire profile is there before people exit your profile page. If they can also check out your awards and any kind of reviews that is presented on your towards your brand. Now, moving from Facebook, let's speak about the other social media platform, which is, after Facebook, the largest platform present. It is also a platform which has the largest search engine. Now, YouTube, sometime or the other, you and I all have been on YouTube. There are so many concepts that are coming and going every now and then. There are so many ideas and notions that we need to get information on. And not many of us are literature lovers, right? So not many of us love reading blogs. So what do? We just simply hop onto YouTube, get the information that we want, and then move ahead. That's what makes YouTube the largest search engine. There are 500 hours of videos being uploaded every minute on YouTube. Imagine the amount of content that has been added on YouTube every day. There's 5 billion videos watched every single day on YouTube. The amount of content that is consumed by your audience every day. That's what makes YouTube the most lucrative platform to be present on. The benefits of YouTube, it helps you boost your SEO. In the slide next, we're going to see how it helps you boost your SEO, because YouTube is a channel which allows you to add keywords right, left, and center. And anything that people search, any term that people search which is associated to your brand name, helps you boost your SEO. It has a high level of conversion rate. Obviously, imagine the amount of content that is consumed by everybody. So you are bound to have audience which is from the awareness stage, consideration stage, and decision stage. So if the people are in the decision stage and you get the right content in front of them with the right CTA, they are going to convert on your product. It has high referral rate. So many times you and I must have seen videos and must have shared it with our colleague, friend, people, thinking that this video will resonate with them, thinking that these people will actually have fun or gain knowledge out of this video. That makes it a high referral rate platform. And new contacts. So the kind of content, the amount of content that people get on YouTube, you're bound to make new contacts for your brand on a daily basis. If you have the right content, you know what to project to your audience, you are going to come in touch with new contacts on YouTube on daily basis. It is a beautiful platform if you have a very complex product. If you have product or service or solution that is not easy to understand or easy to grasp, hop onto YouTube, create a beautiful video of it and put it out there. People will be happy to look at it and see how to use your product for their growth. I know making videos can be very tedious. It can be a lot of time consuming, but the kind of ROI that you get using these videos is massive. And come on, in today's world, we all have smartphones. We all have cameras in our phone. Instead of just taking selfies, let's try and make good videos using our camera. Just yesterday, I was going through there's so much of content, there's so many reels present, which will actually help you or guide you and tell you how to use your camera to make the best and most amazing videos that can actually get your target audience to convert on you. So don't be reluctant towards it. Go ahead, create some beautiful videos and put it out there in front of your target audience. How to create your channel on YouTube? Let's see. If you have a Google account, all you got to do is log on to www.youtube.com and sign up. You will see a sign up button right here. You can just simply log into here, hop onto this platform, sign in and create your profile. Once you create your profile is going to look something like this. Click on this icon over here. It will give you a drop down. As soon as you see this drop down, you will see something which says create a channel. Go ahead and create that channel. Make sure that when you create a channel, there are different playlists in your channel. Don't club all your videos in just one playlist. It will be very confusing for your target audience. Imagine seeing 2-3 movies at the same time. You're going to get confused. You're going to be unaware of what is happening where exactly. To remove that ambiguity, always have playlists. Create different playlists as per the category of the products that you have, or the categories of the solutions that you have, or categories of the content that you have. Create different playlists for each of it so that when your target audience is on a particular playlist, they're just consuming that part of the content and not getting confused with anything else. When you create a channel on YouTube, you get to see the tracking of your channel, and it gives some of the most amazing metrics on your channel, which looks just like this. Okay, now let's try and understand how to optimize your YouTube channel. Like we saw a little bit in the previous slide that it helps you boost your SEO. Here, the first point it says is use keywords in your title and description. This is a place where you can use as many search words that your audience look out for and add it to your title or description. So every time somebody is looking for something similar to your product or solution, your YouTube channel will be ranking on top. Try to have your YouTube channel name, try to have a keyword in your YouTube channel name. But in case if you want to go ahead with the trendy name, which does not have keywords, don't worry about it. YouTube anyway gives us a lot of options to add keywords to many other places. So even if you don't have a keyword to your channel, it's all right. But make sure that you're adding keywords to all the other places that YouTube gives you the option for. You have an About Us section, which has a character limit of 48. So describe your solution in the most crisp manner, but don't miss out on adding keywords over there. YouTube's one of my favorite feature that it has is trailer video. It's one of the most amazing feature. Whenever somebody is on your YouTube channel, just hops onto your YouTube channel, your trailer video gets played automatically. This trailer video needs to be crisp and attractive. It shouldn't be more than 30 to 60 seconds. And as soon as your audience is on your channel, it should be able to tell your audience that what kind of content are they going to get to engage with on that channel. Make sure your trailer video also addresses the kind of target audience that your channel is made for. So in that way, it makes it easier to attract the right audience instead of just attracting any audience on your channel. Add transcription in the description field. Again, a place where you can add keywords. So if anybody is searching for a product or a concept that you're talking about, your video can be ranked on top. When you're making videos, make sure that the first 15 seconds of your video has your complete focus, because that 15 seconds is going to actually make sure whether people are actually going to engage with your video or they're just simply going to log out. Use keywords in scripts and video text. Last year, a search engine came up with a update, and that update was the MUM update. So with that update, what's happening is now search engine do not just understand keywords in your title and description, but it also picks up keywords from your videos that or images that is being played. So make sure that you add script to your video. Use cards to cross promote your video. If you can see on the screen, you look at this section over here. These are the cards that people can use. Here you can promote your other videos. So let's say after a point of time, after a couple of seconds, if your audience think that, this is the content that they've already understood and now they want to skip out of it and go to somewhere else, instead of them hopping out of your channel and going and engaging with any other video, you can simply suggest your other video in this card and get them to stay in your channel and engage with your other videos. Then comes the end screen. The end screen on YouTube is also one of the most important aspects on YouTube. If you look at this screen, it gives you the option at the end of the video where you can ask people to subscribe to your channel and also give a list of other videos that you've created in your channel. So that after they subscribe, they are again not hopping out of your channel and they're still staying on your channel and engaging with your other content. Here's Lisa Cozy, who's real-time YouTuber, and this is how her end screen looks like. She's clearly asked people to subscribe to her channel. She's also recommended her other videos in the channel, and she's also mentioned her other social media handles over here. So in case if any of her target audience wants to understand when she's coming up with new content or which are those new content that she's coming up with, it's easier for them to just follow her on her other social media platform and get an update on those. So YouTube matrix is something that you need to keep in mind when you're doing any kind of performance. So some of the matrix is number of subscribers, traffic sources, impressions, click-through rate, watch time, average view duration, likes, dislikes, and comments. All right, now moving from YouTube, let's go to Instagram. Now, Instagram is the third largest platform that you have. It is also the fastest growing platform that you have in today's world. It is owned by Meta, just as Facebook, but has quite different target audience. The followers or if you want to be on Instagram, you need to make sure that your content is visually appealing. If you have any product or any solution that can be visually appealing, go ahead and promote on Instagram. You can have some great images and videos played on Instagram. Now, Instagram is a platform which is not like any other platform where they allow you to add links. Basically, here, all you got to do is you got to add some great creatives and attract them towards reading your caption or reading your content. But one great feature that Instagram came up some time back, that is stories. Stories is a place where you can leverage your your content and make people take action on links. So if you have any new post that's coming up, just share it on your story, and there you have an option of adding a link to your post. So if you have a new event coming up, if you have a new feature that's coming up, or if you have a new website that's up and you want people to engage with it, share the post on your story and you can add the link over there for them to visit. One of the other features that stories also provide is polls. Especially today, after all these games and contests that's coming up, people love to check out or to validate their knowledge in a very discreet manner. So stories is a place where you can put out questions where people can engage with your content and can actually check what is their knowledge or general information towards a particular product. This kind of information, this action that they take, this action makes them get more involved with your brand. So they're more likely to engage with your brand every now and then. There are around 500 million stories that are shared every day, and out of which 1/3 is businesses. So imagine the number, the amount of content that is being created by companies on Instagram. So if you have a product that can be visually appealing or a solution that can be visually appealing, then be on Instagram and try to attract the audience. All right, let's try and create a business profile on Instagram. Like just as we have for Facebook, hop on to your Instagram account. You can download the app, sign up using email ID on or actually on Instagram, you have to sign up using your Facebook account, because you can monitor or manage your Instagram and Facebook right from one Facebook manager. And that is why it encourages you to build your profile using your Facebook account. Select the right username, add the most beautiful profile picture that you have. And same, just as Facebook, you can add, you can get people to become your friends. On the top right corner, when you create a profile, you can click on edit profile, and this is how it will look. You can go ahead, add your name, username, website, bio. And if you're creating not a personal page, but a page for your business, you can simply switch it to the professional account. One another feature that we spoke that you can use on Instagram is Linktree. Like we discussed, Instagram is one of those platforms which does not encourage a lot of link sharing. So you can't actually share a lot of links. But what you can do is on your description, you can add one link. But there's so many links that we've created for our audience. There's so many links that we want our audience to engage with. Will just adding one link help? No. That is why there are free tools like Linktree, where you can create an entire profile of all the links that you ever want your audience to engage with, and add the link of this Linktree right on your profile here, so that whenever your audience click on it, they can simply engage with any or all kind of content that you want them to engage with. Very quickly, I'm going to tell you how to optimize your Instagram page for us to get higher leads. We just saw how to use Linktree, so you can use Linktree on your profile or any other free tool that's present out there to spread out more links to your audience. You can create highlights. So highlights, just as you see here, you see these circular columns here, these are highlights. So these stories that we were talking about, these stories have a lifespan of only 24 hours. So if you spend amazing amount of time in creating some great content, but it disappears after 24 hours, you can still keep them stored in your highlights. Make sure that you've categorized your highlights as per product or your services that you offer, and then add your stories to it. Post at the right time, just as Facebook, you need to also understand on Instagram, you have to post at the right time. Run polls on stories, use different type of content on Instagram, different visual content on Instagram, and see which type of visual content helps to attract your audience the most. Tag people and location. This is also one of the very good features that Instagram provides us, is location. If you want to be locally famous in, or you have any local outlet that is up there and you want to be famous in that particular location, with every post, try to add location tag to it. You can also tag people with a little bit of privacy setting. If you tag people, you might be able to reach into the feeds of the followers of the people that you have tagged in. Use the alt tag for all your posts. That helps you rank, and that helps you boost your SEO as well. Understand the correct hashtag. In the coming slides later, we are also going to talk about how to shortlist the correct hashtag that will get you the right amount of engagement and business reach. Utilize CTAs, because like we said, CTAs are the most important. Like for example, there can be two companies of different nature but posting out the same content. let's say the Urban Chief. The Urban Chief is a marketing and sales solution agency. We've put up a content which says how to use long tail keywords. At the same time, HubSpot, who is a company that also helps people enroll into courses, can use the same content and say, how can you use long tail keywords? But the CTAs for both the companies will be different. The CTA that the Urban Chief will put up is schedule a free consultation call to understand how to utilize these keywords better. Whereas HubSpot would say enroll for the course for free. So CTAs are different even if the content is same. So you have to be smart about the CTA and tell your audience what exactly you want them to do on your profile. Make sure that you use the filter image on Instagram that can just make your Instagram just more creative. With this, I see that we've reached 8 o'clock, and I'm sure the session that we had was only till 8, and we all have our evening planned for later. So I'm going to cut short my session right here, and I'm going to make sure that I talk about all of these content, different type of platform, what are the different type of tools we can use, what are the different type of content, what are the best type of content that you can leverage to get maximum reach on your social media. But all this I will conduct in the part 2 of this session, which is going to happen on Wednesday, which is the 10th of August 2022, same time from 6:30 to 8 p.m. A few things that I'm going to cover in this part 2 is we are going to understand what are the different type of content that you can use best on your social media, how to shortlist hashtags, how to develop all these amazing social media content, how to use social media calendar, how to engage on social media so that you actually get good business leads, and a little bit about social media ads. So with this, let me end the first part of my session and open this field to any kind of questions or queries that you might have. Over to you, Sarika. Sarika, if you want to take up the stage and bring us up on board.
Thank you so much, Rashika. It was indeed insightful and a lot of information and concepts for us. So it felt like an encyclopedia is talking. So it was good. So let's quickly check if there are any questions from the audience, any comments, any feedback, any suggestions for us. Would be happy to hear from you. Please feel free to unmute and talk or type it in the chat box.
Hi, Rasika. This is Tanvi here. I wanted to know about the link tree you were talking about on the Instagram. I was not very clear about it, so would like to know a little more on that part.
Sure. So Tanvi, Linktree is a free tool basically. So as you know, on Instagram, you cannot add a lot of links.
Right.
You have different links for your blogs, for your products, for your services, for different contents that you create. So what Linktree allows you is it helps you create a profile. Let me take you to that slide. So it helps you create this profile where you can list down all the possible links that you want your customers to engage.
No, I want to know, is this the feature in the Instagram itself? The link?
No. So it is a different tool. It's a completely different tool, which is not on Instagram. You can directly hop on to linktree.com. You can create this profile. It will give you one link, which looks like just like this, which will be branded with your company name. And you can paste that right here. So anyone who is on your profile can engage with this link. And when they do, they can engage with all the content that you've presented.
Oh, I got it. Thank you so much. Because I was just wondering, is there something on Instagram which I have missed it? So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It is an additional feature. So guys, if there's anything that you all want in additional, any workshop or any seminar, if you already have a profile and you want to know how to optimize it, or any session that you want to go ahead with, simply write to us at mmcwicc.women@gmail.com. Sarika will help us paste that email ID in the chat here, and you can write to us and we'll conduct these seminars and workshops free of cost by Maharashtra Marketing Council just for you.
Yeah, any more questions? Thanks, Rashika. Okay, so my key takeaway was how to choose the right marketing channel, and others, please feel free to type in your, that was wonderful, that exhaustive and comprehensive image that you had. I'll wait for any more questions, comments.
There's a question from Pragya. How is click-through rate measured?
So, hi Pragya, can you give me a little clarity on which platform are you trying to understand the click-through rate? In any case, any social media where you're making your business profile gives you matrix, gives you analytics through which you get an understanding. So they give you the metric of click-through rate. You can get an analysis of your click-through rate through their matrix. And if that's not something that you're getting through your social media analytics, there are many social media analytics tools that is free of cost out there, where you just have to integrate your social media account and it will give you the click-through rate. In the coming session, which is the part 2 session, I'll be talking about few of these tools which will help you track your performance.
Thank you, Rashika. If it doesn't take more time, I had one question: how to pin that post on top of the Facebook page?
All right. So when you like any of your posts, just on the sides, on the right hand side, you will see 3 dots. You can click on it and it will give you the option to pin your post on top.
Okay. Thank you. And in upcoming session, I would like to know your view on WhatsApp. That is something also is being used as quite a lot for the social media marketing. So that would be interesting to know as well.
Definitely. I think I think WhatsApp is one of the platforms that many of us, in fact, has started utilizing now. And I will make sure that we talk about WhatsApp in the part 2 section.
Thank you. Okay, so we also have a next webinar. Apart from this 10th August, we have one more webinar coming up after that, and which will also talk about the different schemes that are available for us, for women from the government, for small businesses or women entrepreneurs, etc. So stay tuned. You will get the links and the posts soon on our social media pages. So if no more questions, everything that begins has to end, and so do our session. Thank you very much. Unwillingly, we have to bring the event to closure, and nothing can be successful without a great audience like you. So thanks for your valuable time and staying with us throughout. Very big thank you. Thank you very much, Rashika, for your, again, valuable time and insights. A warm thank you to all of our council members who devote their time to make this sections successful all the time. And definitely our parent body who have enabled and empowered us with this opportunity, WICCI, a national business chamber for women. So please do visit our social media pages. I'll be putting it on the chat again. And stay tuned for our upcoming sessions. Have a wonderful evening ahead and see you soon for the next webinars. Thank you so much.